Hi, my name is Jory Freitag. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Rochester. I'm from Vancouver, Washington, which is actually right next to Portland, Oregon, so the Northwest. And I'm currently a brain and cognitive science major.
What do you love so much about the sport? Why has it been so important to you? Are your parents supportive? Tell me anything about that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I've played soccer pretty much my whole life since I was young, and so I grew up with the sport, and so definitely it's been a very integral part of who I am, both in my high school experience and in college. And I think one of my favorite parts about the sport has been the relationships that I've built through it with teammates, with coaches, with other families. I think it's a sport that really can bring together a lot of different aspects of the community. And so I've always loved that part of the sport. I also love the way that it forces you to really learn how to work, to push yourself both mentally and physically. And my parents are very supportive of me playing. They were one of the driving influences in helping me decide to play college soccer. They were definitely very much on board with my goals and everything and pushed me to succeed in them.
Oh, it's got to be pretty difficult balancing your studies with soccer as well, right?
It definitely at times, especially during our season, it can be very hard to keep track of everything and make sure that I'm not, skipping out on any practices or any classes or anything like that as a result of both my soccer commitment and my commitment to academics.
Okay. So, what has been some of the most challenging parts of being a student athlete here at the University of Rochester?
I think a part that has been very challenging for me is figuring out how to physically cope with the toll that soccer does take on you. And so it can be really difficult after a late practice from, 6 to 8 p.m. to go shower and then get myself over to the library and study until 11. That can be a bit difficult sometimes to then wake up for an early class. Luckily, I have coaches who are very understanding of my schedule, teammates who are very supportive, and so I have definitely been able to get through it, but I think especially during season and even in our off season, it can be a very difficult balance.
So, what are some of the other resources that you have available to you being a student athlete? What has made this process a lot easier for you?
So one of the great things that we're given as student athletes is an awesome training room, which is downstairs in this new building here, and it has fully it's fully equipped with ice baths, with tables to roll out on. We have trainers who know how to tape you up before games and practices and can look at you afterwards if you're injured or experiencing any sort of pain. So that's really been a great resource because you can kind of go in there whenever you need something looked at, and then you're not nervous about something hurting you that wasn't hurting before. So it definitely makes you feel like you have people to go to if you're having any trouble.
Why do you think women's soccer here in America is so popular? What makes the sport bigger than any other sport that a lot of women play here in America?
I think that is a bit of a difficult question because there are a lot of great sports and I have a lot of friends who play other sports, but I think predominantly women's soccer has been so successful because of kind of like what I said before, it brings together this community aspect. So it's not just you individually playing on a team, but it's you and all the teammates that you meet and the relationships that you make through that. And while that's true with any sport, I think one of the draws with soccer is that you can play it outside, you can play it inside, you really can play it anywhere, on a grass field, on a concrete court, and it can also bring together both boys and girls alike. I remember back when I was in elementary school playing with all the other boys at recess, and it just not being a sport that wasn't only meant for boys. And I think that that was one of the greatest things, is that I felt like I could actually play in it.